Hi everyone, welcome back to your weekly Pilates class. I hope you've been enjoying the hand weights and finding them interesting, challenging, giving you a different focus in your workout. So today we're going to continue with the hand weights, so that's all you need today. And it's going to be a class where we focus on more upper body strengthening, but also using the weights to challenge our abdominals in different ways, a bit of coordination, and some nice spinal mobilization. Okay, so we're going to start with our weights and stand at the end of your mat. Okay. My head is chopped off. I'm going to be on the mat for this class, so hopefully you'll see my head for the remaining class. One arm on top of the other, elbow to hand, pushing up into the elbow, so lifting the weights up, creating some stability in the upper body. Cross one leg over the other, and we're going to slowly lower down onto the mat. So you're sitting on your mat, feet hip distance apart, lengthening through the spine. Now to start off, we're going to warm up the spine by doing some pelvic tilts and assisted roll down, using the weights to assist our roll down. But depending on how you're feeling today, you might want to keep the weights, keep your contact with your legs, so sliding the weights down your legs as opposed to having the weights in front. So maybe start off sliding and see how you go. So we're inhaling, lengthening through the spine, reaching through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, tilt the tailbone, so tuck the tailbone underneath, tilt the pelvis backwards, rounding the spine, and sliding the arms as you hollow through the abdominals, looking down at the abdominals, so focusing on the front of the body, waking up those core muscles. Inhale and exhale, slide the arms forward back into sitting. Inhale and exhale, focusing your attention to your lower back, opening the lumbar spine, lengthening through the spine and shortening through the front of the body. So looking down at the abdominals, inhale and exhale, reach to come up. You might want to have the arms in front for this one. Inhale and exhale. Keep the contact of the feet with the mat. That will help that sense of lengthening away from your knees. Inhale and exhale. Reach the arms up. Inhale, and as the arms lower down, roll the spine. So using the weight to really reach towards the knees. Inhale, exhale. Again, if the weights feel a little bit too strong to go overhead, you can just reach, inhale and exhale, and roll down the legs. We're going to do two more. Inhale and exhale. Exhale. And last one, we're rolling all the way down onto the mat and lower the weights onto the ground. Now for this one, we're coming into the bridge. For this one, I want you to focus on our central midline. So we're using our core muscles, our adductors, our pelvic floor, our abdominals, our glutes, as we activate these muscles for our bridge. It will help us lengthen through the spine and engage the back of the body. So we inhale, nice wide feet, open the toes, parallel legs, open through the chest, and exhale, lengthen the spine onto the mat and tilt the tailbone, reaching up, lengthening towards the back of the knees. So the body is like a ski slope, a nice straight line, activating those glutes. And try not to let your knees rock out to the side. Try and hug that central midline, so you activating those adductor muscles. Widen through the collarbones. Nice big inhale, stretching through the hips, and exhale, sink the chest and central, one at a time, lowering down. Inhale and exhale. Reach and rolling the spine like a wave. Really push your feet towards the mat, so you're really getting that sense of activating those glutes, pushing down through the heels and widen through the chest. So your shoulder blades should be squeezing together. Okay, your rib cage is soft and your legs should be working hard, glutes working hard. Inhale and exhale. And continue for 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Exhale, soften the ribs. Keep those knees hugging the midline and lower. As you mobilize the spine, it should feel like you're able to piece the spine a little bit more evenly. Inhale and exhale, unraveling the tension as you roll down. Last one. We're going to keep our weights to hand for this one. Inhale, exhale, rolling up. Make sure your knees are bent as much as they can, so you're really getting that hip extension, and reach for your weights, coming into arm circles. So try and keep this opening through the hips. As we inhale, palms facing in, just up to the shoulders, and bring the arms out, not to the mat, just hovering above the mat, and lower down. Pull up, turn the palms up to the shoulders as you open, and down, and lift, twist as you circle the arms. For 2 more, lift, squeeze those glutes, and open and down, and 1 more, up and open and down. Just lift up and outstretch. Now let the arms sink down to the mat. Okay, so your arms are rested now. Inhale and exhale, rolling all the way. Okay, keeping the arms like this. You can have your feet on the mat for our lumbar rotation. So we are bringing our knees over to one side. Inhale and exhale back to the center. Inhale. So your feet can lift off the mat, and exhale. Or you can have your legs in a tabletop position for a stronger stretch. Inhale, glue the knees together, feet together. Inhale, look to the opposite side, and exhale, back to the center. Inhale and exhale to the center. So you'll feel your shoulder wants to lift off. Try and glue that shoulder blade onto the mat. The weights again, they're actually helping you keep the arms connected to help give us some trunk stability. One more each side. And inhale and exhale. Okay, good. Now bring your arms down to beside you and lowering your legs. The next one, place your left hand behind your head. We're going to do some oblique work, so some thoracic rotation, but really focusing on the activation of the correct core muscles. So the focus is on the technique and rather than the repetitions. We're going to do these nice and slowly to get the control. So we inhale and exhale, reaching up into a chest lift position. Right arm is hovering. We now take the left hand and reach on top of the right hand. So we're reaching over to our right side, outside the right knee. So pull up and then place one hand and the other hand back to the head, back to the center and lower down. Right hand behind the head. Inhale and exhale. So assisting us to come up, tuck the chin in and then reach your right hand across outside the left knee. And then 1, 2, and then down. And repeat. Left hand, head, inhale, exhale. So come up as far as you can and then rotate so your shoulders are now tilted. So you're really feeling this to the sides of your rib cage. And then try and keep that height until you come back to the center and then you lower down. Inhale, exhale, chest lift in the center, then rotate and twist, hold it there, and place 1 and 2, hold it there, back to the center and lower down. We're doing one more each side. In and exhale. Really draw those ribs down and reach, rotate, feel that twist, keep that position and place 1, 2, back to the center and lower down. Last one. In and exhale and reach and rotate. Hold it there, back to the center and then lower down. Okay, feeling that in those side oblique muscles there, hopefully. Okay, reach for your weights now and exhale up into a tabletop position. We're going to use the weights now for our hundreds. So our starting position is this 90 degrees and we inhale and exhale to our start position. So your legs are as low as you feel you can control, keeping your back flat. Okay, we're going to pulse, inhaling for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, exhale, inhale. No, I'm lowering my legs each 10. If you can, really reach that chest up and exhale. 4, 5, inhale. If you feel this in your back, just come further more vertical. Inhale
exhale. Reach those hands long. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last 10. Exhale. Bend your knees and lowering down. Well done. Okay, waking up those abdominals. Now time for a little bit of coordination. Okay, so we start with our elbows in this flex position, knees in a tabletop position. Okay, so this is our start, and as we exhale, we're going to inhale, beg your pardon, as you inhale, we reach out, in, and exhale back to start. Okay, so with some flow to the movement, we in, out, exhale. We're going to do 10. And in, open, exhale. In. 5 more. Two more. Last one. Lovely. Lowering the legs and the arms back down. Reaching your arms, your legs long. Arms now into the sockets in a vertical position. Using the weights now to assist with our roll up. So we inhale and exhale. The arms move forward. Follow with your gaze. Reach your hands now down to your legs. Inhale. Back into sitting. Exhale, drawing your heels together, so squeezing those inner thighs, hugging the midline, and arms back into vertical. Inhale and exhale. You can reach up if you not like, depending on how this feels. So as much as you are rolling up with added resistance, the weight gives you that leverage to really articulate the spine using your abdominals. So focus on the smoothness of the movement. Really reaching, and reach forwards. Last one, up. And we're going to exhale to roll up into sitting. Now for the next one, it's a combination of our assisted roll down, but also adding some work to our shoulder blades and upper back muscles. So we have your knees slightly bent. So we come into our assisted roll down. So we exhale to roll into this tilted position. But as we do this, we're diving forwards to come forwards as we bring our arms back. So as we're we're reaching our arms backwards, we're keeping our spine like a C shape, okay? So keep that C shape and pull the arms up to the ceiling, feeling those triceps. Back down, back into sitting. And reaching forward. We're going to have the knees bent, elbows bent for the next one. So we inhale and exhale. So the weights are into the body. Okay, so keeping that resistance, those abdominals switched on. And we're diving forward as we reach the arms backwards and look down. Pull the arms up, back down, and then come up into sitting. Reach the arms forwards, bent, exhale. So feeling those abdominals kick in. Keep that connection. As we round the spine, keep that C shape. And as you pass a point, that centre of gravity, it will then become easier to move the weights away. Pull up. And then back into sitting. Reach. Back in. And round. Inhale. And exhale. Round the spine as you pull forwards. And then arms back. Pull up. Last one. Reach. Bend. And rounding. Exhale. Keep that C shape. Look forward. And then reach the arms back. And then come up into sitting. Okay, well done. We're now coming on to kneeling. So if you have any issues with your anterior knees, you might want to kneel on a cushion for this one. Grabbing your weights, knees underneath the hips. Okay, I'll come this side. Okay, so we're thinking of our vertical pillar. So try to keep your hips in line with your spine rather than the hips sinking back for this one. So your pelvis is in a posterior tilt. Okay, so tuck that tailbone under using those glutes and the abdominals. Okay, first one we're gonna do is our chest press. So we inhale, open through the collarbones, lengthen through the crown of the head, and squeeze those shoulder blades together so the arms come back, and we rotate, and we rotate, and then arms forward. So we inhale, hold your breath, rotate, rotate, and exhale. So it's really important that you keep those shoulders back. So as you're rotating, your neck is in that neutral position and your shoulders are not causing any undue compression. Rotate, rotate, exhale. 2 more. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Inhale, rotate, and then arms. Your arms might be feeling a little heavy. Working them hard. And exhale. Okay, now this movement is flowing into the next exercise for eccentric quadriceps. So working the fronts of our legs, so lengthening and strengthening our quad muscles. So we keep this posterior tilt, that's the key with this one. And we inhale, the arms come forward, and you're keeping that posterior tilt, but you're hinging just from the knees. And then exhale, reach back. Inhale, don't worry if you can't go far, because you've got to return from that point. So the further you hinge, the harder it is to return. Inhale, keeping that pelvis tilted. So it's very easy to lose that and end up using your hips, and it's not, it's all from the knees. In. 5 more. In, we can add the arms going up for this one. In, up. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Up. And last one. Up. And lowering down carefully. Okay. So, working now the backs of our shoulder blades, our stability muscles in our rotator cuff, keeping in a kneeling position. So the elbows are into the body, so they're glued in, palms facing inwards. So we rotate the weights and open the hands. So just look at the angle of your hands. Can you bring your hands, your elbows in line with your wrists or not? Now I'm a little bit tight. I know that I tend to, the tendency is to get more range, you can pop your ribs forward, okay, so you tend to hyperextend in the middle back. So really try and keep the focus on that central midline, okay, softening the ribs down to the pelvis, lengthening the tailbone, and then back in. So we rotate and out, in, turn, rotate and out, back in, turn. Rotate, out, in, 2 more, out, in, squeeze those shoulder blades. Okay, now next one, hold it there, and we're reaching the arms wide and rotating down like you're emptying a can of Coke, and then back in. Elbows. So we're combining our movements and then rotate, rotate, elbows, reach, rotate, rotate, in. 3 more. Open, reach. And now we're coming up, so elbows in line with shoulders. And now this position, now check, can you keep your wrists in line with your elbows? Sink the shoulders, and we're going to push up to the ceiling, up and down. So really, again, soften the ribs, tuck the tailbone, so keep the core connected, lift through the pelvic floor, glutes are on, that will help. Reach and then up, reach and then up. 6 more. And reach. Sink the shoulder blades down. And 4, 3, 2, 1, elbows, and then down.
maybe a bit shaky on those last few. Okay, great stuff. We're going to lie now down onto your mat. So today we're going to be down on the mat, so support your head with your hand, either head down or supported with your elbow bent. And it's up to you today if you use your weight. We haven't done glutes for a while, so the weight does give you a bit more challenge. So just choose your challenge for today. Okay, so just check your alignment. Okay, knees, hips at 45 degrees, feet in line with the spine. And straighten the top leg. Now you can have the lower leg straight as well if you want a bit more of a balance challenge. Okay, having the outside of your foot in contact with the floor will help you. So for this one, we're going to start with our hip abduction. I'm going to add the weight. So as the leg is lifted, I'm bringing the arm down and then the arm up. So it does give you a little bit more challenge, but it also is quite a good distraction. We're reaching with our heel, making sure the leg is in line with the body, so the leg is not lifting forwards, feeling the side of the hip, our hip abductors. And 3, 2, and 1. Hold the weight up for our side kick. Now I'm going to bend my lower leg slightly for balance. Flex forwards, point back, flex forwards, point back, forwards, point back. So thinking of your leg, the position is parallel to the floor. So keep the foot in line with the hip. And 5, 4, 3, 2, point back, and 1. In line. Arm now down for our circles. So we are mimicking the circle, arm, and you can, if that's a little bit challenging for the shoulder, you can have the arm vertical. That takes gravity out of the equation, also gets our rotator cuff muscles working. Change direction. This is a coordination challenge. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Feel the burn. Bend the knee, elbow in, roll onto your front. Okay, we're going to, in between our side positions, come into prone position, arms behind you for our swan. So reach the weights down towards your feet. That will help assist your extension. So imagine you're rolling a ball underneath your nose, so keep your spine, your neck long. You're rolling the ball, you're looking at the ball, you're looking forwards beyond the mat as you lift up. Your chest lifts, your collarbones widen, and you squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift the arms up, reach the hands towards your feet, lower the hands, and then lower the chest. We inhale, reach your shoulders away from the ears, squeeze your shoulder blades, feel that extra weight working the backs of our arms, hands, and chest.
Inhale. Keep the neck long. Reach the shoulders away from your ears. Up, down, and lower. 2 more. Inhale. Reach. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift, lower, and down. Last one. Reach, lower, and down. Slide your weights now out in front of you, because we're using the weights to assist us for our spine extension. So we've worked our upper backs. Now let's work throughout the spine. So we're rolling the weights in front of you, okay? So use the weights, open the hands, nice strong straight arms, and inhale. Exhale, reaching and extending. So using the weights like we do our foam roller for our spine extension. Inhale up to the rib cage, and exhale, pull the weights towards you for our extension. Inhale, sink the shoulders, lengthen the tailbone. Exhale, just reach up as far as you feel comfortable today. 2 more. And push up onto your other side. Into position. And reach your top leg long. Decide if we're adding the weights. Coming into our hip abduction. And lift. Lift with the heel up. I find using the weight actually does give you a bit more feedback with your position and your alignment. 2 more. Hold the arm up. As we kick, we flex and point back. Flex and point back. Not that you ever polish the underside of a table, but if you were, it would be shining. Keep your pelvis quiet, your spine quiet, the movements from your hip, so you won't be able to reach as far back, but really think of lengthening through the hip as you reach back. And 1, back into position, circling with both arm and leg, whatever position. Works a slightly different muscle group with the arm down. I find it's actually, it helps to keep your joint alignment directly overhead. Change directions. Oh, bit of a coordination challenge. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Not sure my plate was very circular there, those last 2. And then back onto the mat. Give a little massage. Okay, coming now onto your mat into a 4-point kneeling position, knees under hips. Let's now push up into a downward dog and and sink back into the downward dog. So shoulders, ears between elbows, sink into the shoulders and stretching those calves, walking in place. Reach and reach, reach and reach. Lovely stretch through the hamstrings, really sending your tailbone up to the ceiling. Just for one last stretch with the spine and the legs, and walking your feet towards your hands and hold it there for a moment. Soften the knees. Take a nice deep breath into the rib cage. Feel the rib cage expand. And as you exhale, lengthening the knees, hollow through the abdominals, and reaching up into standing. Inhale, exhale, nod the chin to your chest, the body folds forwards in front of the legs, so rounding the spine. Keep your toes light. Inhale, soften the knees, exhale, lift through the toes, sending the tailbone down to restack the spine. And lastly, exhale, round the neck, the shoulders, the mid-back, the lower back, releasing as we lower. Inhale and exhale. Back into standing, and you are done for another day. Sounds like a James Bond film. Hope you enjoyed it, everyone, and that it's still running. I know I've overrun again. Sorry. See you next week.